It's 2026, and this is the Talaria Sting MX3, a bike that used to be one of the best you could buy. But now there's newer bikes, more power, more range, and way more competition. So the real question is this thing still worth it in 2026, or has it finally been left behind? I've owned it, I've ridden it a ton, so in this video, I'm going to test it and give you my honest answer. Let's get into it. Alright guys, we just made it out to the dirt. We're on the Talaria Sting MX3, and let's see how this bike rips for what is now an older bike. Yeah, right off the line, you can see that fast acceleration. We just got up to speed super quickly. And like, that's what makes this bike so fun, is how quickly it gets up those speeds. Just like, so fun. Alright guys, the next test we're going to be doing is a top speed test on the Talaria Sting MX3. We're at 97% in sport mode. We just got this little straight. Let's see what we can hit. For an older bike, roughly around $3,000. Let's see what we can get. Already at 44. Bike claims 50 on their website. Alright, fully tucked in here. 47, 48, 50, 51, 52. So not only did we hit the benchmark that they set on their website, we beat it by 2 miles per hour, which is honestly insane. Like, most of these bikes will say 50 miles per hour, and then they'll hit like 48 after full pinning them for a while. But that is actually insane. Alright guys, on to the next test. We saw it had the speed, it had the torque. Now let's see if it can climb a hill. This is usually where you see most bikes fail. Let's see if the Talaria can do it. This hill is pretty steep. I don't know if you guys can see on camera. Super choppy. Oh, we're holding on full pin. Oh yeah, made it up easy. That is a pretty big hill. You can't even see the bottom. But yeah, easily made it up on the Talaria. Guys, now you guys are probably wondering what type of range we're getting on this thing. I'm not sure what the website claims, but roughly, realistically, if you're riding pretty hard, you'll probably get around 40 miles of range, which is honestly insane. So yeah, and it's aged really well. Like, on some of these bikes, you'll notice over time the range get lower and lower. But on this bike, I've held a pretty steady 40 miles. And as you guys can see, after all the ripping we've done today, we still have 91%. We've only lost 9%. That is truly insane. Alright guys, we're gonna head over to some jumps. We got one right here, but the main ones are further down. Just to show how good the suspension is. It's front and rear, hydraulic. Nice, nice. Honestly, over time, the suspension has held up so great. Like, I'm never bottoming out off jumps, even though, as you could have seen in that last clip, that was a pretty big jump. Like, I don't know if the camera does it justice, probably not, but in person, that's a pretty big jump, and it just handles it so well. A little feature that I really like on this bike is the regen braking it has. I feel like for me, that's a super big feature that I like on these types of bikes, and not very many bikes actually utilize it. So it's like, when you find a bike that has it like this one, it is so nice. I love going off jumps, and then you can just like slow down right after, just take your hand off the throttle, and it just gets you to a stop without slamming the brakes. Right here on the display, I don't know if it's like flashing because of that, but the little number 4 down here, that's the regen level, and you can go down. So now it's at 3. 4 is the highest, so that'll make you brake the quickest, and then it goes all the way down to 1, which will just like let you coast, like hands off the throttle, just gonna let you go. But then right here, if we bump it up to 4, the max, we're just gonna go, let go. It slows down for you. And me personally, I like that stopping power. Like, I like how it stops on its own. I always have that set to 4, but just personal preference. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright guys, we made it to the main jump for today. You just go down this tiny little hill, and there's this concrete like slab kind of thing. It just comes up here. So this is how like big the landing is. It goes a little uphill. It's kind of steep, not really. So I'll just show you guys like what that looks like before I hit it. Now we'll just go right up here, and then we'll just hit it with some speed. See if I can maybe hit a little whip. So as you might have seen, let's see where my back tire landed. Okay. Yeah, so not the most air on that one, but that's my back tire. That's where the jump started. So pretty good, and suspension held up super nice. Like it didn't hurt my arms when I landed or like anything like that. Just feels super nice. And we'll go again. See if we can get more air. Yeah, I think I got a little bit more air on that one. Not sure where I landed on that one. I think it was somewhere in the same spot. Sorry, I can't tell where I landed on that one. It's probably the same exact line, though. That's crazy. Alright guys, now we're just gonna do this little track. Just like how well the tires grip the ground. Unfortunately, my rear tire is super bald and worn out, but still grips up pretty quick. Pretty good, I mean. Just these little rollers are so fun. Just like jumping around. Another little suspension test and speed, just like overall feel of the bike. I feel super confident on this bike. Like, I'm never really scared that my suspension will fail or that like something will break. I'll have to like do maintenance. I have had this bike for about 3 years. I have over 1,500 miles and it has held up so good, like extremely good. I haven't had to do any maintenance. It's never like my chain has never fallen off. Nothing like that. It just still functions so nicely. Alright guys, on to our very final test. We're just gonna see how well the brakes work and how well I can go down this hill. I'm just gonna go kind of slow to show how like the brakes can really like lock up and how the tires like grip the ground and stuff. But yeah, super good. Just easily making it down that hill. If I wanted to, I could have pulled the brakes and probably could have just like sat halfway through that and tires would have gripped up fine. Really nice brakes on this bike. And I haven't even talked much about this, but for the price, this bike is absolutely insane. Like $3,000 sent to your door is insane for this type of bike. It's pushing 55 miles per hour, 40 miles of range, more crazy stats, and like, just overall such a fun bike. Like compared to a Surron, I'm not sure the exact price, but they're around like $4,500, which is like huge difference in price. At the end of the day, this bike didn't suddenly get worse. Everything else just got better. And even in 2026, this still holds its own. So yeah, I'd still buy the Talaria Sting MX3 in 2026.